This video is powered by YouTube memberships and Patreon. See the link in the description and learn how you can support videos like this. In the southwest of the state of San Andreas, within the city of Los Santos, down from the gilded hills of Vinewood, after a short drive east through the money-soaked downtown high-rises, through the purple-clad streets of Jefferson, in Gangsta, exists a cul-de-sac. A residential dead end where one family, the Johnson family, has lived ever since at least the siblings can remember. This is Grove Street. Those that don't live here take care to avoid it and indeed can glance down as they pass over its bridge. Those that do live here cherish it with a loyalty unmatched, none more so than eldest son and brother Sean Johnson, known to all as Sweet. Grove Street has seen as much misfortune as any street in Los Santos. But on this day, the Johnsons will experience theirs.
Oh shit, hell, Mama!
Sweet and his sister Kendall have lost their mother. Beverly Johnson is dead. It's difficult to appreciate anything when grief hits, but the death of a loved one can sometimes bring those that are left together. The first thing Sweet would do after his mother's death is to make a call to someone 3,000 miles away in Liberty City, to someone he has not seen for 5 years, to his estranged brother. Grief often transcends any differences.
Carl is Sweet. This Mama. She's dead, bro.
Carl Johnson is coming home. I'm the Patient Wolf, and I'm a video game storyteller. This is my third outing in the 3D world of Grand Theft Auto. Watch the many stories of GTA 3 and Vice City in the links below, and stay subscribed and notified for many more San Andreas stories and many more after that, right up to and beyond the release of GTA 6. And if you would like to watch the story of Grand Theft Auto right after this, you can do so by becoming a member or patron on the Impatient Wolf tier. Just hit join or the Patreon link below to watch the story of Nyoko Bellic right now, as well as many more stories from San Andreas. Supporters give me the space and time to create these stories for the channel, so to support this and future series, click join or the Patreon link below. This video follows the life and redemption of troubled Los Santon Carl Johnson. He starts a prodigal son return, but through necessity, Carl must traverse the many towns and city of this great state, learning many things about love, loyalty, family, but most of all, himself. I'm the Patient Wolf, and you are watching the story of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. The year is 1992. This is Los Santos, the state's largest city.
Radio Los Santos!
Situated on the west coast, enjoying the expanse of the Pacific Ocean. It has a spectrum of cultures and wealth. A city equally famed for its movies, entertainment, and music.
Los Santos is the home of beauty and glamour for the whole world.
As well as its run-down residential streets bitterly fought for and contested by its many gangs.
The sound of the street out here right now.
The state is still recovering from the earthquake that struck weeks prior.
Travel is still severely restricted statewide. The federal government is still refusing aid to help rebuild bridges, and everyone is blaming each other.
The city is carved in two by its congested freeway. To the east of this is a patchwork of colour. The yellow of the Vargos gang paint the streets of the coastal neighbourhoods of East Beach and Los Flores. Purple is the colour of the largest and most dangerous gang in LS. The Ballers evolved from the residential streets of Jefferson and Glen Park, but in their growing have fought and claimed the streets of Idlewood and Willowfield from the gang in green. Their fiercest rivals, the once mighty, now lowly, Grove Street families.
Crime in Los Los Santos has skyrocketed, with officials saying murder, robbery, and gang activity is all on the rise.
Their neighbourhood of Ganton sits prone and vulnerable amid a sea of purple and yellow. Sweet Johnson is the leader of Grove Street, and today he will see his brother for the first time in 5 years. But someone else will see him first.
Get down on your knees.
I'll take that, Hernandez.
Hey, that's my paper, man. That's money.
Welcome home, Carl. Glad to be back.
This is Crash.
You haven't forgotten about us, have you, boy?
Hell no, Officer Tenpenny. I was just wondering what took y'all so long.
Community resources against street hoodlums. Their mandate is to keep the gangs quiet. They are Jimmy Hernandez, new recruit; Eddie Pulaski, right-hand man of their leader, Frank Tenpenny.
So what else you got shaking, Carl?
Nothing. I live in Liberty City now. I'm clean.
Nah, you ain't never been clean, Carl.
They have seen success in their work with the gangs in the eyes of the bosses who never asked questions of Tenpenny's methods and leadership, but certain departments are starting to take notice, namely Internal Affairs Officer Ralph Pendlebury.
Well, what do we got here?
That ain't my gun.
This is a weapon, Officer Pulaski, that was used to gun down a police officer not 10 minutes ago. Officer Pendlebury, a fine man, I might add.
Too fine for the officers of Crash.
Police still have no leads in the tragic murder of Officer Ralph Pendlebury, whose body was found recently. Pendlebury worked for Internal Affairs. It was believed he was close to uncovering a huge corruption ring within the LSPD.
What the fuck you want from me this time?
When we want you, we'll find you. See you around like a donut, Carl.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Carl Johnson has not worn the Grove Street colours for 5 years, but the ballers here in Jefferson never forget a face. This bike will take him south, past the purple, towards the familiar bridge straddling the freeway that separates these rival gangs. CJ, safe and home in Ganton. The neighbourhood he grew up in with his mother, his eldest brother Sweet, his sister Kendall, and a younger brother, Brian, whose death sparked CJ's departure from Los Santos in 1987.
Grove Street. Home. At least it was before I fucked everything up.
Escaping from what hurts you dulls the pain for a short while, but returns soon enough, along with the pain of guilt at turning your back on the people that love you. This and his mother's death hits CJ like a wave.
You picked the wrong house, fool!
Hey, Big Smoke! It's me, Carl! Chill!
CJ? Oh, my dog! What's up?
The warmest welcome he'll get today.
Hey, I don't know why this had to happen, but I promise you, I'm gonna find out who killed your moms.
Big Smoke, Sweet's most trusted captain of the Grove Street gang. He's always there for Sweet, and he was always there for CJ.
But right now, we gotta take care of our business. Go see your brother at the cemetery. Come on, let's bounce.
Beverly Johnson is recently interred in the cemetery across town in Vinewood.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Look who I found hanging around.
Carl, hey, good to see you.
I can't believe she gone, man.
That's another funeral you ran away from, fool. Just like Brian's.
Hey, she was my mama too.
Not for the past 5 years she wasn't, nigga.
This resentment won't be healed with a homecoming, and Sweet is a man under pressure. Even before the drive-by shooting of his family home, he has been trying to keep his gang and his hood together.
This shit's real fucked up. Everything. Here, let me show you running, man. Tony's buried over there. Little devil over there. Everybody blasts on fools first, then ask questions second.
Despite the resentment, this is the only family Sweet has. His siblings, his friends for life, Big Smoke, and lifelong neighbour, Ryder. They head home.
Ballers, drive by, incoming. Oh, motherfucker, my car. Grab a bike and pedal.
Grove Street Families is the oldest established gang in the city, long before Sweet became their leader.
Things has changed around here.
They once had the power and the money and the alliances, but they have in recent times become fractured. The gang was made up of sets: Grove Street, Temple Drive families in the north, and Seville Boulevard families on the coast. Infighting has seen their split.
Apart from Smoke, Sweet, and you know yours truly, Grove Street don't bang no more.
Once the most powerful, the Grove Street families of Ganton now sit at the bottom of the pile. This change in fortune in no small part to the other gangs profiting from their recently established drug businesses. Drugs flooding the streets, changing them beyond sight.
They always say there's too many drugs in the hood. Homie, that's bullshit. It ain't enough drugs in the hood, and that's the real problem for people.
But Sweet is determined to avoid drugs at all costs, despite advice from within.
We losing the streets, man.
Nah, we are standing by our principles, homie.
Everyday ballers get stronger, and you and I get weaker. This is the biggest money-making opportunity that guys like us will ever see.
I got all the shit I need. Man, I thought we was in this for the hood. Not destroying the family, man. It's Grove Street, nigga.
That was before his mum's death. Sweet can see the writing on the wall, but he still won't sanction the sale of drugs from his gang.
So when you leaving, Carl?
I ain't sure. Thought I might stay. Things is fucked up.
Well, the last thing we need is your help.
Ah, man, I won't let you down. I swear.
CJ is always welcome in the Johnson house, but there is much to overcome to become a respected member of Grove Street families again. It'll be strange to stay in this once noisy and vibrant family home.
Stop it! What are you doing, Carl? Brian, stop it!
Quit it! Moms are here.
Mom, they're up to something.
Sweet has found his own place on the Grove, 2 doors down. Ryder lives in his old family home next door. Big Smoke lives to the west in Idlewood.
I mean, it's a nice place and all, but the Grove is in my heart, baby. It's where my dogs is at.
And these dogs need to hit back. They may not have the power they once had, but they need to take and protect what's theirs.
We gotta go hit up the hood. Let them know you back on the set. Take this paint and go hit shit up. The Johnson brothers is rolling again.
What action can they take? They can reclaim old tags.
Come on, let's cruise into ballers territory.
Make their presence known in neighboring streets.
Like riding bike, ain't it, boy?
Yeah, it all comes back.
Show the bass slingers on Grove Street corners
What you need, dog?
that they don't do business here.
You calling CJ a bitch? Oh.
Homies once loyal to the Grove have either been corrupted by the money, like old member B-Dup,
What happened to for life, nigga?
You'll never understand what getting this money is like.
or the drugs, like old friend Big Bear.
Beard, come on.
Everyone likes to party sometimes, CJ.
The drugs have corrupted this city, perhaps irrevocably. Friends either dead, turned, or lining the crack dens not thinking of their loyalties, only the paper or the fix. In doing what they can to clean up, they are merely fighting the tide.
Damn dope fiends and drug addicts everywhere in this city.
But they have sent a message, and in a better place since the shooting.
Now that the bass ain't getting pushed up in their faces, maybe these fools should be up for some real banging.
But no one can bang on an empty stomach.
Carl, you look a little thin, man. You gotta be hungry, man. I'm hungry.
Cock-a-doodle-doo, it's time for chicken.
Cock-a-doodle-doo, it's time for a feast.
These friends don't need to look far for sustenance in this town. Fast food exists on most corners, filling the stomach and fueling the fire. Burgers, pizza.
Chicken, man, no discussion.
Man, I don't want no chicken.
Clucking Bell is always a favourite for Big Smoke.
A number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda.
Clucking Bell! If you enjoy it, the chicken didn't die in vain.
The only death playing on CJ's mind is his mother's.
Hey, sorry, bruh. You know I gotta know about mine.
I'm just trying not to think about it, so.
They was going for Sweet. Some people say they saw a green Saber doing the work, then speeding away.
Yeah, but people like to talk, don't they?
I mean, I didn't even know she was hit till it was all over.
Yeah, right. Let's eat.
Hey, look.
Shit, them motherfuckers headed to the hood.
Drive by! Hit it, go!
CJ's efforts in recent days have not escaped the ballers. On their way to Ganton, but running into Grove Street's sitting ducks.
Why you ain't blasting, Smoke?
I'll shoot him when I'm done eating.
That was some serious shit.
Holding their ground won't be easy against the Ballers. CJ heads back to the Grove and drops Smoke at his home in Idlewood.
Hey, I miss having you around, baby.
Thanks, man. I wish Sweet thought like that.
He don't mean it, CJ. He's still real tore about your moms, man. Here, get yourself a little smoky smoke on smoke and relax, homie.
It's hard to relax, but at least he's able to get back some cash after Crash took his. He needs it to settle back into what it is to be Grove Street. He'd already received comments from Sweet.
Ain't nobody gonna respect you if you ain't representing your hood. You gotta fly the flag, man. Go get yourself some greens.
Binko can supply some affordable colour while old Reese can make Carl's hair correct. There's many styles you can opt for, but only a high fade suits the bank right now.
Shit look ridiculous. You looking too skinny, CJ.
Liberty City was cold enough to keep covered, but with his arms exposed in this Los Santos heat, Grove Street takes note.
If you don't respect your body, ain't nobody gonna respect you.
CJ hasn't seen the inside of a gym for a while.
You need to pack on some muscle.
If they're going to be coming up against ballers like this, CJ needs to increase his fitness and bulk.
You're letting me hit you.
Maybe learn a few moves. Who knows? He might impress some girls while he's at it.
It's all show and respect, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
Despite their setbacks, they are a gang with purpose now. They won't sit back and take the ballers' aggression, they give what they get. Ryder gets CJ's help to boost their armory through various sources.
You a natural housebreaker, homie.
Getting more guns, ammo, and explosives than they'll ever need.
Okay, homie, let's load this shit up. Don't matter how much shit the city throw at you. CJ, you gotta stick by your homies. For life, CJ. For life, you heard?
And some of these new tools can be unleashed on baller territory to keep them and their drugs at bay.
Police say gang trouble is on the rise again, especially in Los Santos. Sources believe it is linked to the rising drugs trade, while others blame the fascist pigs.
Yeah, Grove is back, man. Grove is back.
And CJ is back with the Grove. Not all is mended with Sweet, and Sweet won't tell him, but he's glad his brother is back with him, in their neighborhood. He needs him now.
You're down with the Grove and the ballers know it. So watch yourself from now on, CJ.
He will. The ballers are on notice, but Grove Street has them at bay. CJ wished he could say the same of Crash. They made their intentions known as soon as CJ arrived, with Ralph Pendlebury's smoking gun. They'd do anything to keep the gangs under control as well as being fairly compensated for their trouble. CJ was theirs for now.
Don't try and leave town. That would be a big mistake.
Even if they don't have a task for Grove Street, they're always showing their face, both in the Grove...
Morning, boys. What's cooking? Where's mine?
...and at Smokes in Idlewood.
Move! Those nosy motherfuckers won't leave me alone.
We're watching you, Carl.
Can't shit without Tenpenny taking an interest. The hell with him.
And Grove needs to do their bit when Crash comes calling. Hitting trains. Taking its cargo.
Nice stove, fool.
Hitting deals and dealers on rival turf.
Some Vargas cats meeting some San Fierro reef, cutting some kind of deal. Gang is real important, CJ. You down to represent, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, motherfucker, Big Smoke. Remember that name.
Crash don't reveal all the reasons for their requests, and CJ knows not to ask questions. This is how it's done in Los Santos. Knowing why won't change things. CJ just happy to help out Smoke when it's his turn. And when Crash comes calling for CJ, he knows he needs to jump.
You've been trying to avoid me. You're not busy unless you're doing something for us, you understand?
We own you. You're ours. Time to go to work, CJ, and earn your freedom.
By killing dealers in Vargas territory.
Another gang-banging, drug-pushing, cop-killing bitch just like you. We don't like him, and he don't like us.
And disrupting deals between ballers and Russian gangsters fresh on US soil.
Customs officials report a huge influx of Russian mobsters and cheap weapons since the fall of the wall.
Doing business in America is dangerous.
CJ does these jobs to the letter.
Look at her. She's my
The quicker he does Tenpenny's bidding, the quicker he can get back to the Grove, to his family. After 5 years, he's got some time to make up for, to earn back a harmony.
I'm tired of you not listening to me, girl.
And I'm tired of you acting like you own me. I can see who I want to see.
It just ain't right you seeing some cholo motherfucker.
You racist fuck. That ain't how moms raised us.
I ain't racist. I just know how they feel about you. I'm just trying to protect you.
For what? So I can date one of your mindless friends? I don't think so.
Harmony will have to wait.
Don't say a word, Carl. Just follow your sister before you see another dead sibling. She's meeting him at some cholo car club.
Kendall has done some growing up since he last saw her in '87. He has to get to know her all over again. She's not a kid anymore, and he'll do well to not see her as one. Kendall has a new boyfriend from another part of town, another gang, the leader of the Hispanic Barrios Los Aztecas, based in South Los Santos. Their car meet is at Unity Station. The Aztecas don't beef with Grove Street as much as some gangs, and CJ doesn't nurture prejudice as much as his brother, but he's still wary of who dates his sister.
Come here, baby girl.
Hey, get your dirty hands off my sister.
What is wrong with you?
Holmes, you're acting like she's your woman, eh? She's with me, cabron. So chill the fuck out.
This is Cesar Villalpando.
Carl, what the hell were you thinking?
Look, baby, go get in the car, okay? I'm gonna speak to Carl. I love your sister. I honor her. You got a problem with me? Fine. We don't have to be friends. But Kendall, she's happy with me, carnal.
Yeah, okay. I guess we cool. For now.
CJ impressed with his apparent sincerity. Time will tell, but for now they understand each other. And with Caesar, CJ is introduced to the racing scene here in Los Santos. As long as you come along with the right wheels, all are welcome to compete for the prize money.
If you do want a little extra, there's plenty of money to be made racing.
Any funds are welcome for CJ. Staying fed, clothed, armed and protected is a constant expense. All are a state of import for his next task for the Grove. The order passed down from gang leader and brother, Sweet. Dealers are still selling to Grove Street members. Drugs can only weaken the strength they've worked for since CJ came back.
He's been buying shit over in Glen Park, and he's hiding out with his new ball of friends. It's time for you to announce your return, CJ.
Glen Park, east of Jefferson, is smart and affluent, but a centre for drugs and controlled by ballers. By carrying out this mission, CJ is to make a definitive statement. Not only to reiterate that drugs shall not be tolerated in any part of Grove, but that Grove Street is back on the map and no territory is safe. CJ will unleash hell on Glen Park. Clearing out ballers, smoking out the dealer, protecting Grove Street from the symptoms of this drug epidemic. For the first time for an age, Grove Street have gained ground in the city. Glen Park is theirs. Green is the colour on the corners. Sweet knew they could do it. By sticking to his guns and with the help of his brother, Grove Street have been brought back from the brink, cleaned up their act, and with more and more members rejoining the cause, they can take and hold new ground, new territories. There's no better defence than attack. The Grove is becoming whole again. People are coming back, clear-headed, committed, as well as old friends like Jeffrey, who calls himself OG Loke these days, are now back in the fray.
Yeah, it's your man OG Loke in the house, baby, and I'm gonna drop it down for all my real gangster niggas.
And he entertains the guests of his party on the Grove. The street, able to relax and celebrate once more, even if the music is not quite up to their standard.
That dude needs some work, man.
Hell shit. Hey, a baller's posse's about to run up.
And the gate crashers don't behave as they ought.
Jump on food.
With the gang in green as tight as they are, Grove Street is a fortress. The story of OG Loke and his rivalry with rapper Mad Dogg coming soon to ThePatientWolf. With Grove Street now at peak, it's time to try to get the families back together. The infighting that fractured their unity has to stop. The Green of Grove Street needs to reconcile with the Green of Temple Drive and Seville Boulevard. If they can, they'll be unstoppable, and Sweet will have achieved his goal.
So all the family sets are gonna meet down at the Jefferson Motel. I say it's time we went down there and made it official. Keep that shit off our streets.
The higher-ups of Grove Street head to the motel on Jefferson. This gang has seen success, but the hierarchy has changed in achieving this. Sweet has been leaning more and more on his brother, and some of the gang take exception to this.
Say, CJ, you gonna crash the car again?
Fuck you, Ryder.
CJ leaving the gang never sat well with Ryder. He had a word for a man like that.
Same old CJ, buster, straight buster.
Ryder is resentful because he stayed and did the work that was asked of him.
Man, you always crashing cars and shit, and for some reason now you back. Bullshit.
Man, why don't you just take it easy?
CJ wondered if his mood against him was the drugs. It's often more than weed he's smoking.
Seriously, Ryder, man. You gotta give up them sticks.
Man, I give up the water if you give up being a buster.
A buster?
Buster? Man, are you a buster? Sound like the buster complaining again.
Someone who leaves when things get rough. Someone who fronts tough but falls apart when things get complicated.
You still a buster to me.
Carl can't argue with that. It's not spoken about exactly what went down, but when Carl's brother Brian was killed, Carl was in a position to prevent his death, but he didn't. He couldn't. He also couldn't stay around the family he let down. He left. But he's back now, and the family and crew he left is on the brink of something great. Sweet is to enter the meeting as their sole representative. The rest will wait in the parking lot in anticipation of the outcome.
This is the Los Santos Police Department. Everybody stay where you are.
Oh, shit!
Man, what you doing?
Carl, get back in, man. We out of here, baby.
I ain't leaving my brother. I ain't no buster.
Man, it's every motherfucker for himself.
SWAT are here. Who called them? Sweet is trapped inside with the city's firepower aimed at him. There was no question of Carl leaving. And it wasn't like the others to split when one of their number are in trouble. It's up to Carl now.
Where the OGs at? I gotta get my brother Sweet.
They were meeting in the back of the motel someplace.
Using cover where he can, Carl takes out the armed SWAT, using the rooms, keeping his head down, taking rest and recuperation when offered.
Oh baby, you're hurt.
Finally, he reaches Sweet.
What took you? We're smoking Ryder.
They shook on us.
Fuck it, let's get out of here.
It's smoking Ryder.
Back up, Smoke, back up.
Hell no, I'm going through.
Oh man, we gonna die.
Safe from SWAT, but their plans disrupted. Someone did not want this alliance to happen. They made the meet a target for SWAT. Why? The whys are not playing on Sweet's mind. Neither is the disappointment of not unifying the families.
Grove Street is king. Say it with me, niggas. Grove Street is king. Grove Street is king.
He's proud of what Grove Street have become these last few weeks and wants to capitalize on the momentum. And he's proud of his younger brother, Carl.
But CJ's helping us clean up the hood. He's taking the fight to the enemy, showing all of us how we used to bang. Yeah. CJ, you my brother, my running dog. I should have never doubted you.
It's nothing.
Sweet wants to use this speech, this whipped frenzy, to make a significant hit on Baller's territory.
Listen up. I want all y'all to go get heated and meet me downtown under the Mulholland intersection. We gonna roll on these baller motherfuckers.
The Grove dispersed to arm themselves for the task ahead. A call from Cesar Villalpando, leader of the Aztecas, his sister's boyfriend.
Hey, CJ, it's Caesar, man.
I'm kind of busy now. Something big going down.
This can't wait, Holmes. If I tell you, you won't believe it. I swear.
Where you at?
I'm under the freeway, north side of Vernon Plus.
So you dragged me way across town to see what?
Just in time, ese. Take a good hard look over there.
So, some ballers hanging around a dope spot.
Just watch, homie.
What the fuck? Oh, no. Shit, Smoke, what you into?
Shh, that's it. Look at that ride.
That's the motherfucking Green Saber. Shit, Smoke? Crash making you sell us out?
Ryder and Smoke were not at the meeting at Sweet's house. Not present for their next attack on the Ballers, they were here with the Ballers, working with them and working with Crash. But most importantly, this union with the Green Saber in their possession were likely responsible for his mother's death. This union ordered a hit on Sweet to get him out of the way of their drugs operation, but they hit Beverly Johnson. This makes no sense. They were brothers from a brotherhood. CJ had worked with them to elevate Grove Street since he was back, and yet it made perfect sense, splitting from the meat. Seeing Crash at their homes, the hindsight of moments with the pair, the negging from Ryder, the wistful philosophy from Smoke.
I'm talking about the choices all men face, brother. Sometimes they seem real, but other times there's no choice at all.
Somewhere along the line, Ryder and Smoke chose to betray Grove Street. There will be time to comprehend this. There'll be time to seek revenge, but not now.
Oh, fuck! Sweet! Look, go get Kendall and take her to a safe place. It's Sweet. I think him and the homies is walking into a trap. Just go. Go!
CJ races to the meet at Mulholland intersection.
I gotta warn Sweet. Damn it, Sweet. Pick up! Pick up! Hey, Sweet, man, you alright? You been hit.
CJ, where you been?
It's Smoke, and he in deep with Tenpenny and some ballers. He sold us out.
It doesn't matter, man. You gotta get out of here. The cops gonna arrive any second.
Nah, man, I ain't running out on my brother. Yo, ballers, I'm taking you all down, bitches!
CJ can handle the Ballers, but with his brother bleeding out, the sound of the sirens signals the moment to stop firing, to stop fighting, for his brother to live. The Johnson brothers are in handcuffs.
Put your guns down, no gangsta.
No, gangsta.
But Crash have other ideas.
You got a bag over your head, boy. How you feel about that?
Man, take it off. Please, man, I can't breathe.
It was a long drive in the black of the hood.
Hey, man, where we at?
They were not at the precinct. Sweet was nowhere to be seen.
The middle of fucking nowhere. Nice, clean air. Sweet is alive. Alive and inside. He's in a prison hospital, being treated for gunshot wounds. Awaiting trial.
Yeah, somehow nobody's caught you yet.
Tenpenny, Pulaski haven't finished with CJ. They still have plenty of work that needs doing. Work they can't do themselves. The middle of nowhere is where they need to keep him. Away from meddling in their business in Los Santos, but on hand to help it run smoothly. They still have a smoking gun as blackmail on CJ, and they have his brother locked away vulnerable if he does not do their bidding.
Now you stay the fuck away from Smoke, and stay the fuck away from us.
Good morning.
I like to relax after a hard day at work.
CJ has been a city boy all his life. It's doubtful he would have left Los Santos if it hadn't been for Brian's death. Even then, it was for another city. He was not familiar with this country.
Get really drunk. So drunk, you can't tell your sister from your wife.
Because all America loves a cowboy.
CJ would eventually situate himself. He was deep in the Badlands, miles southwest of his city. In a trailer park in Angel Pine. No guns, some cash at least, a camera, and still doing work for Crash. A former cop has information on their dealings and is lined up to give evidence. He is being protected by the FBI.
I want you to pay him a little visit, Carl, and destroy all his evidence before he testifies.
See, they got him hiding up Mount Chiliad someplace.
CJ logs the proof of his demise and delivers it to the drop-off. This can't be his life now. No home, his neighborhood has been taken, the gang he helped build back up, gone, doing the bidding of the people who helped destroy it. Sweet is alive, but away. At least Kendall is safe with Caesar. She and Sweet is all he has left. With time standing still in a purgatory he can see no way out of, a new voice calls his cell.
Yeah.
Carl,
Who is this?
You know me. This is the truth.
You the police?
No, we have a mutual friend and business partner. I've got a room at a motel in Angel Pine. Make sure nobody follows you.
Hello? Hello, somebody in there?
In here. Yo, Carl. What up, kid?
This is the next stage in Tenpenny's plan for Carl Johnson. It's time he knew the truth.
Welcome, friend. Mr. Truth here is going to be supplying you with some of the finest weed, and you are going to deliver it for us.
Not only that,
Carl here is going to be paying you your money.
What you talking about?
Tenpenny does not want Carl idle out here in the Badlands. CJ has to find the balance for the weed. The reason for the purchase of so much grass will come later.
I got a jet. Whew, shit. I'm fucked up.
Not only does Carl need to get the cash together, he needs to prove he can be trusted. The Truth is a man who sees the dark behind the light and needs the full measure of a man before he can do business with him. The Truth's weed farm exists deep in the Badlands, over the river from Angel Pine. Hidden in the geography of the rolling hills, warning signs posted to discourage unwanted eyes. This is Leafy Hollow. The Truth has rows of crops nearly ready for harvest, but he also has enemies.
I'm a man of peace, but some squares across that ridge are not respecting my peace. Survivalist maniacs, right-wingers, fascists. They have a harvester and I need one. Get it? Then you can pay me.
You come to the wrong farm, boy!
CJ was used to stealing vehicles, but nothing this big.
That's no big stealing Betsy!
I'd ride on his combine any day.
It's the war the South fights every day.
The war on drugs.
He returns the combine harvester to Leafy Hollow.
Y'all stay off my land!
A persistent problem solved for the Truth.
Man, you've brought peace back to my valley. Thank you, friend.
All CJ needs now is cash. He's holding some, but not nearly enough. When CJ first found himself in Angel Pine, a call with Caesar supplied him with some help, some backup before CJ and Kendall could get out of LS to be with him. A member of Caesar's family.
My cousin, really intense, don't trust me.
He did trust Caesar, one of the few, maybe only non-family members he could afford to trust right now. But intense was not the word.
Bridges linking Red County and Flint County finally reopened recently after long delays following the earthquake.
He met Caesar's cousin after a long drive to Dillymore, north of Los Santos.
What the fuck did you want?
Nothing. I'm looking for a friend of mine's cousin.
Whatever, asshole. Let's go.
Damn, relax, baby.
This is Catalina, cousin to Caesar, and she didn't like the country she now found herself in either, but she also didn't want to waste the opportunity.
My name is Catalina, and we're gonna take this county for every stinking cent.
CJ needed the money that their partnership would afford over the next few days, but it would also bring an intensity that CJ would never, ever forget. Watch the full story of Catalina, the craziest Hellcat in GTA history, coming soon to the channel. See the links down in the description to see how you can watch this before anyone else as a member or patron. Support this extensive work, see all my videos weeks in advance, subscribe if you haven't, and if you're enjoying the video so far, remember to hit like. CJ is well on the way to having the cash needed for the Truth's weed. It's time to reunite with the loved ones he has left. Back in Los Santos, the fallout of Big Smoke's betrayal has sent ripples throughout the city. Caesar was keeping Kendall safe in LS and he needed to stay nearby to save his gang. But the drug power struggle in Los Santos has swallowed his gang whole. Big Smoke could see the money rolling into Idlewood via drugs. He tried to persuade Sweet that this was the future for them.
This is the biggest money-making opportunity that guys like us will ever see.
I got all the shit I need.
Sweet saw destruction. Smoke saw only paper and power. He drew in who he could trust.
Ain't nothing to feel bad about. You know I got your back, right, homie?
It's likely Crash had a hand in the business's rise at its beginning or at some point.
Smoke does exactly what he's told. He learned that lesson a long time ago.
Man. You put a gun to a brother's head, brother's gonna do what he's told. But if you can make it work and make some Benjamins while you at it, then that's cool.
It's gonna take more than a bullet in the head to stop me.
Whatever their motivation, Smoke and Ryder turned their back on their brothers. They chose a different green. Smoke curated a drug business involving the Ballers, later the Vagos, the Russians, at least for a time. This business was soon to be an empire, and all the gangs not in step were being eradicated.
The Varios Los Aztecas, it's all over. Trust, respect, honor, they don't mean jack in Los Santos now.
All his comrades are dead or in hiding.
There's a price on my head, maybe Kendall's too.
They need to be brought to safety.
Get out of town. Head over to Angel Pine, rent you and Kendall a trailer, and I'll meet you there. How you doing, sis?
Caesar brings intel on Smoke's business dealings from Los Santos.
Word on the street is twice a week. Smoke sends a car to San Fierro and the trunk comes back full of white.
Caesar has eyes on these couriers, and CJ is on hand to intercept them where he can. Big Smoke has a hookup for pure cocaine somewhere. Caesar uncovers information on a meet that will tell them more. Caesar and CJ take their place on the roof of Loving Alone in Angel Pine, overlooking Clucking Bell. Ryder is there as a representative of Big Smoke's drug ring. He's there to meet 3 other men. 2 are unknown.
Hey, who's the gringo?
I know a pimp when I see one.
The other, Caesar knows well.
That's T-Bone Mendez.
The leader of Mexican gang San Fierro Reefer, longtime rivals of Caesar's Aztecas. They have photos. More investigation is needed. Caesar did not stay idle while hiding out at Angel Pine. He kept tabs on Smoke's operation, and if there's racing to be had, Caesar would find it. He directs CJ to a race meet organised by the Triads of San Fierro, a city to the north. A Triad leader introduces himself.
You haven't been to one of our meets before.
The poorly sighted man's name?
Wootsimu, but my friends call me Woos. Out here we like to race for cash or pink slips. If you ever find yourself in San Fierro, give me a call. Maybe we can do a little business together. Get your car started. We're about to go. Good luck, Carl Johns.
Another payday for CJ. With that, the money earned with Catalina, taking down the couriers and other revenue sources in these backwater towns, CJ finally has enough to pay the truth for his weed. But before he leaves for Leafy Hollow, he bumps into Catalina one last time. She is with her new man, a racer, it seems, with the car to back it up. Claude.
Are you jealous? Are you going to fight for me? You are jealous and a coward. Now let's race!
CJ is glad to be rid of Catalina. Their time in the Badlands was fast, furious, and plagued with passion. But he can get the measure of Claude in this race, and if he does, he'll win his car. CJ is familiar with these country roads by now and crosses the line first.
You had the unfair advantage!
Being a better driver ain't no unfair advantage. What is it, cash or pink slip?
There you go! Goodbye, Mr. Johnson. I will not be missing you.
Except this isn't paperwork to a car. This is the deed to a derelict garage in San Fierro. What can he do with this?
My lover needs his car so we can go to Liberty City.
Liberty City? Yeah, whatever.
To watch that story, see the link down in the description. CJ has the cash. The Truth has the products in the mothership.
The karmic circle closes. All is as it should be.
Except it's not.
What the fuck's that noise?
That is the DEA, armed with a tip. Knowledge of the Truth's farm, on their way to shut it down. A tip from where? Crash? The Hicks over the hill? The mothership is loaded. The rest they must destroy before the drug enforcement arrives.
We keep playing this music long enough, Babylon's going to burn,
Flint County, the Badlands are too hot for CJ now. And definitely too hot for the Truth.
Police Police are celebrating the destruction of a major haul of marijuana in Flint County recently.
Fate has handed CJ his next destination, a place to hide out, a fate that is written on the deed in his pocket, to Doherty, San Fierro.
Hey, Caesar, no time to talk, man. I'm on my way to San Fierro, okay? I'll meet you and Kendall at that garage I won at the races.
There she is, brother. San Fierro, the city of psychedelic wonders.
Man, I can't believe I ain't been here before.
San Fierro, northwest of CJ's hometown, calmer and more down to earth than its eastern neighbour, a legacy of its acid-fueled past, a mecca for the vibrant alternative in Hashbrook. Not without its affluence present in the scenic streets of Carlton Heights, overlooking the glorious bay and the iconic Gant Bridge. Visitors can spend time with San Andreas' largest Asian community in Chinatown, fill the day with shopping in the financial district, and spend the night at the city's dancing spots, like the Pleasure Dome Club or the Gaydar Station in Queens. This was the perfect place to lie low for the Johnsons, Caesar and the Truth, a place to base themselves while CJ can work out how to get over their predicament, shackled by Crash, exiled from their home, alienated from their brother, Sweet.
You all right?
Hell nah. You gotta do something, man.
I'm trying, man. I just gotta make sure Kendall's safe first.
Kendall is safe here with CJ, but CJ is not impressed with where he happens to be.
Motherfucker! That mute asshole gave me this shithole instead of a pink slip. I must be the biggest fucking idiot in the whole fucking world. I can't wait to get my hands on that mute and your bitch-ass cousin.
My cousin?
That's ill-advised. He knows who Catalina is.
Who's the bitch now, eh?
And has no idea what Claude's capable of. Kendall has a different perspective on the garage.
You know what, Carl? You are a fucking idiot. Your whole life you wanted something for nothing. Now you've got something and you don't know what to do with it. We'll make it good enough.
CJ has never been able to see the bigger picture like Kendall can. A business property in a prime position at the edge of town, good traffic, the station opposite, neighbouring lots being developed, and a city with a passion for cars. Kendall and her love, Caesar, have happened upon a place they can both thrive.
We'll help, right?
We got your back, CJ.
Kendall with her untapped business acumen, Caesar with his head full of cars, and her brother CJ the muscle to get things done. The Truth would be around, and he knew more minds to boost the enterprise. Dwayne and Jethro, mechanical experts with a history of motors.
Used to work on marine engines until the mob bought their business over in Vice.
And Zero, the electronics superstar.
Grade A tip-top genius, that's me.
He could fix a supercomputer with a paperclip.
This team would make something of Doherty Garage and make a home for the Johnsons they could always come back to. Watch the story of the Doherty Garage as well as the story of Zero's battle with his nemesis Berkeley coming soon to The Patient Wolf. And depending when you're watching this, soon might already be here, so check for links down in the description. Tenpenny is finally ready to put his plan into action, and CJ is more than ready to get rid of the weed in the mothership. He'd already given CJ the broad strokes back in Angel Pine.
Now, Carl, I got a real do-gooder fucking with me, and I want you to take this evil green poison and drop it on.
Crash have been chasing their tail ever since they pulled CJ over on his way from the airport. IA agent Ralph Pendlebury, informants holed up in mountain cabins, and now district attorneys building a case against Tenpenny and his team, as well as journalists threatening to release the story. It's a tangled web they weave, and CJ is caught up in it. CJ is to disguise as a valet. Wait for the DA's car to roll up. Load up with green at the garage. Return to the parking garage. Call We Tip and wait for the show.
Police, don't move! Get out of the car with your hands in the air!
He's got half of Mexico in here.
What?
But I've never seen...
A district attorney is facing a long jail sentence after he was arrested trying to escape with well over a ton of marijuana.
It's gonna ruin that asshole's career.
Next up, the reporter.
Some young journalist out there is trying to get a name for himself. We need you to shut him up for us.
CJ can sense a net tightening around Crash. He just hopes they're caught before anything more happens to him and his. Before CJ left the Badlands, he had opportunity to meet a triad leader, Woozy. He hoped that CJ might look in on him when in town. News has travelled fast of the new automobile enterprise in Doherty. He's here with his comrades to welcome them. It's a timely visit.
Well, look, Woozy, I need to get some info from you, man.
CJ and Caesar have the photos from Smoke's meet at the Clucking Bell.
Who are these putas, Holmes?
His right-hand man, Guppy, better equipped to look them over.
They're the Loco Syndicate. They're pretty big time, I think. Now this guy runs things. I don't know his name. This guy is T-Bone Mendez. He's the muscle. That's Jizzy B. He's the biggest pimp in town. He helps set up the deals.
Hey, then he my way in. How I get to him?
Oh, Jizzy? Jizzy runs the Pleasure Domes Club in that old fortress under the Gant Bridge.
This trio are the Loco Syndicate, and they are in business with Big Smoke. To find out more, CJ will need to get closer. He sees Jizzy B as the weak link. Pimps and nightclub owners always need muscle like CJ. He heads to the iconic Gant Bridge in the north of the city.
Now who's this trick? I don't need no more friends, baby.
I heard you was the man with the hookup. I'm offering my services. Anything you want, I can do.
Well, now that you mention it, I do have a slight problem. Something a little dumb muscle like yourself might be able to fix. Now some lunatic been fucking with my bitches. I want you to go find out.
No problem.
To be trusted, CJ knows he has to be useful. And if he's trusted, he can find out how this all connects back to Big Smoke, back to his home in Los Santos. CJ uses the Pimpmobile to handle problem Johns. Delivers Jizzy's girls wherever they need to go.
Later, Ese.
And conducts exit interviews with disgruntled staff.
He comes for us!
Everything's been taken care of, Mr. Jizzy.
By earning Jizzy's trust in the pimping business, CJ is elevated to solving problems in their narcotics business, to Loco business, retrieving stolen product from greedy biker gangs. T-Bone Mendez is less easy to impress, but when an emergency arises for the Loco Syndicate...
Mike, oh man, where are you? Okay, just keep talking.
He makes sure he is on hand to help.
Who was Mike?
Man, they taking the yay shipment and the van, and Mike's still in the back. Come on, we gotta bounce.
Evidently a trying time for the Syndicate. Their operations are being stalled by unwanted parties. CJ helps T-Bone track down their stolen van, kills the gang responsible, and finds out the identity of the mystery third man trapped inside.
About time, T-Bone. Who the fuck is this?
Hey, that's one of Jizzy's clowns. Relax, Weddle.
This is Mike Torino, and the cops are closing in on this disturbance.
You hear that? We gotta torch this van with the coke in it.
Hey, he right, man. Let's do it and get the hell out of here.
Hey, who the fuck asked you, payaso? This ain't a committee.
Exactly. I call the shots here. Now shut up and let's go.
How long you been working for Jizzy? I haven't seen you before.
Just got into town last week.
Give me his wallet.
What? Hey, get off!
Carl Johnson, huh? All right, I've seen enough here. You did good today.
CJ is in with the Loco Syndicate. Jizzy and T-Bone are integral, but the main man is Mike Torino. T-Bone is less trusting.
Hey, who you working for?
Nobody!
I almost had you, man.
Are you boys done playing around?
But Mike likes what he sees and will use him again for Loco business. CJ is just the guy to protect their operations from the meddling gangs of San Fierro.
It's my constitutional right, bitch.
CJ does not want to be here for long. Just enough time to understand this operation, how he can kill it, and hamper Big Smoke's supply. Despite the past few weeks, losing his home, losing who he thought were his friends, Ryder, Big Smoke, in servitude with Crash and the worry of his brother's incarceration, CJ, Kendall and the rest have found moments of calm and a groove in San Fierro. The city has its problems, but they have the garage and it was doing well. They have friends too, in the Triads. CJ was grateful to Woozie for the lead on the syndicate. Woozie Moo is blind, but his disability doesn't stop him running his own Triad faction.
I am the boss of the Mountain Plowboys.
And it doesn't stop him from seeing how this town operates. CJ would become good friends with the Triads, and they would help each other. Woozie with further information on the syndicate, CJ with the Triads' fight against a new threat in San Fierro, the Da Nang Boys.
We settled this here.
That story coming soon.
Damn, where I put it?
Woozie would counsel and assist CJ further in his dealings with the syndicate, and he helped CJ formulate his next plan.
You okay? Yeah, Woozie left a message say I gotta go get Jizzy's phone after he made the call. Then I can ambush the meet and take down those baller pushers from Los Santos.
CJ is rushing to be prepared, to be equipped for his next task. To sneak into the Pleasure Dome for when Jizzy receives a phone message about a meet with Big Smoke's ballers. If CJ can get that phone, he has the meet location.
You fucked up when you trusted me, player.
What y'all waiting on, huh? Somebody cap this nigga, man.
This is the lead he's been looking for. A way to sabotage Big Smoke's supply and maybe an opportunity to get his betrayers.
Hey, I thought we was friends.
1/3 of the operation is dead, and CJ has the location of the meet. He gathers his allies and meets at Pier 69 in Esplanade North.
We gonna take down the Loco Syndicate.
T-Bone has secured the area with his San Fierro Reefer gang. CJ takes out the lookouts to let Woozie's men take the high ground. T-Bone arrives for the meet. So does a representative from Los Santos, his neighbor and former friend, with his new gang.
And here's that snake Ryder. Look at that fool, hanging out with the ballers like they was lifelong pals. Where's Torino?
His arrival by helicopter strips them of their advantage, and Torino leaves. Time to move. To work through to the main players at the end of the pier. To take out T-Bone.
Mendez, I see you, Reefer motherfucker!
Can't stop me.
He's headed for those boats!
Don't worry about it, I got this.
CJ wondered how he would feel when the time came for revenge. Could he enact justice on men he'd known since they were boys, who hung together, grew together?
You sold us out, Ryder. You fucked us all.
I'm a motherfucking G.
But all CJ had to do was think of the moment that door slid open. Ballers, Crash, the car that killed his mum. There was still one member of the Loco Syndicate still left alive. Their leader, Mike Torino. And CJ would make sure he was there for his last journey.
Carl, it's Woozie. I've got some information for you. My man found that van you were looking for by the helipad downtown.
And Torino?
Yep, he's there.
Not for long. Torino's copter takes off. If CJ can get ahead of it and use the right firepower, the Loco Syndicate is in flames. Its mastermind, Mike Torino, dead. And with the Syndicate factory next on the hit list, the Ballers and Big Smoke's business is facing a dangerous decline. A victory for the Johnsons. But what of Sweet? He is alive and Kendall's safe, but through all of this work to put things right, CJ has no idea how to get his brother back from jail, and the myriad charges pending against him. He wouldn't know where to start until he receives a call.
This is a friend of yours. I've got some information relating to your brother. Come to my ranch and I'll explain. It's in Fierro Robotic. Cross the Garber Bridge, head south.
Who the fuck is this?
Despite the mystery, CJ needs to know more.
Carl, darling, welcome.
What you know about my family?
Hey, Carl.
Hey, what the fuck, man?
Torino alive and has the drop on CJ.
Calm down, kid.
Just go ahead and kill me then.
Calm down.
Man, you ain't nothing but a fucking yayo dealer anyway, Torino.
Shut up and sit down. What, you think I'm a drug dealer? I work for a government agency. It is not important which one. I will try not to confuse you.
Torino did head up a drug operation in San Fierro. He did procure, process and sell drugs to the ballers, but money was not his end game.
The money that we raised, the friends that we won over, have helped us immeasurably in our overseas interests.
Torino's branch of government is charged with manipulating US power in Latin America, establishing footholds and toppling dictators.
By any means necessary. I know what kind of guy you are. I need a guy like you to do things I can't get caught doing.
CJ is tired of being used as a pawn, and here another government body using him for their own interests. But a carrot has been dangled. If he can please Torino, he might see his brother again. Torino has details.
He's in prison upstate, D-Wing. Cell 13. To the left, I got a child killer who wants to rip his throat out. To the right of him, I got a white supremacist. You know, I try to set bad people on other bad people, and sometimes I let good guys die. He's your brother, but to me, he's just collateral. Hey, don't worry. Sweet's just fine. He gets touched. A prison guard goes home and finds that his wife and kid have been murdered. Everything's under control.
The first job.
I need you to commandeer a truck. A rival agency with a confused social agenda. They got things that we need.
Match the truck speed!
With Caesar's help, CJ delivers. The next, to protect package deliveries from that same rival agency.
Protect the cargo at all costs.
I was on the streets, in a gang, shooting people and running drugs. Now, I'm making something of myself. I kill people and run drugs for the CIA.
With each task, CJ looks for his and Sweet's exit strategy.
Hey, man, is you gonna free my brother?
No, not now.
He has much more in store for CJ. For the immediate future, CJ now finds himself in a new wilderness. The deserts of Bone County.
I'm broadcasting live from my mobile home in the desert. I am telling you, it's hot like alien balls in here.
The often sand-stormed dunes of Bone County border Tierra Robado to the west, and the city born of its sands to the east, Las Venturas. CJ is installed here to prepare for a host of difficult missions for Torino, to help his agency do their work, and to stop other agencies doing theirs. In order to do this, CJ needs to gain a new set of skills. And this journey starts with a purchase.
Now listen, I need you to buy me some property, okay?
The former government airstrip at Verdant Meadows. And his training involves?
So listen, now, you're gonna have to learn how to fly.
Stop, listen, and learn.
Get your groove on. Master Sounds FM.
As CJ touched down in LSX, he would not have imagined what the future had in store for him. He certainly didn't imagine that a petty thief from Grove Street would be doing this, flying biplanes, helicopters, performing complex maneuvers, destroying targets. Certainly not this.
Don't fuck with me.
Many hours of airtime will be needed to become proficient enough for what would come next. CJ is briefed.
I got some guys out in the field need some equipment. If they don't get it, they'll be dead by nightfall.
CJ's on his own now, in a plane, flying missions for what could quite possibly be a rogue government agency.
Hey, Carl, you gotta stay nice and low on your approach or you'll pop up on the radar.
Still rusty, CJ works his way through the crags and canyons of Bone County, staying undetected as best he can, into the Badlands to drop off the package where all this craziness started. The trailer park at Angel Pine. CJ never thought he'd see this place again after leaving for San Fierro, especially not from this angle. Back to his very own airstrip at Verdant Meadows.
Nice going, Carl. Really, you did good, kid.
Carl can't believe his life now. He owns an airfield, a garage. He has cash like he's never seen in his bank account. Still, he'd swap it all for his family back in the home that he knows. While contemplating this...
what's Torino up to now?
But this isn't Torino. It's the rival agency.
Some traitors from another department think they can help the overseas situation by financing militaristic dictators in exchange for arms contracts.
CJ doesn't care. He just wants out and sweep back. But Torino needs more from him.
I spoke to the big man. You got clearance to eliminate these fuckers. How's that? Huh?
Man, kill government agents?
Kill Schmill. Come on, I can't stay here now. I'm too hip. I gotta go. Okay? I'm out of here.
Another impossible mission for Carl Johnson of Grove Street, Los Santos. The Johnson-owned airstrip would come in useful many more times for CJ. He would come to know this country well before his adventure was done, both on the ground and from up high. But there is one place that the government would rather no one knew about. It's not marked on any map. Those that enter its airspace would wish they hadn't.
Government officials denied the existence of an area of Bone County that isn't on the map. The so-called place that isn't called anything doesn't exist. And if it did, we'd name it something.
But it did have a name. A place that the truth has long had an insatiable desire to know more. Area 69. That story coming soon to ThePatientWolf. Patrons and members, see the links to watch well in advance. While CJ has been learning to fly, and Kendall and Caesar have been overseeing the garage in San Fierro, their triad friend Woozy has been expanding his own empire. In doing so, he thought of CJ.
I got a little business proposition for you. Come over and see the setup, my friend. It's the Four Dragons Casino in Las Venturas.
As a man used to urban surroundings, CJ is delighted to be back in a city, amongst civilization, and what a city. Las Venturas, the neon-soaked jewel of San Andreas.
Used to be a patch of desert, then it was a mob town. Now it's the corporate headquarters of America.
Where many come with hopes of glory but leave dashed, delighted, and truly spent.
We've got the hottest gaming in town. Nobody offers you more gaming value.
The many houses that line the famous strip always win, but that doesn't stop the 40 million people a year looking for the thrill of what might be.
I'm crazy about those casinos.
Amongst the many grandiose structures are the glamorous hotels, wedding chapels, many famed casinos like the Visage, the Camel's Toe, themed casinos like Pirates in Men's Pants, and the mafia-controlled Caligula's Palace.
You deserve this kind of fun. Water slides, shooting range, and the kids love the Giggle Dome.
At the bottom of the strip, a new casino has emerged, looking to rival all those that came before it, sporting the traditional Ming Dynasty theme that echoes the heritage of the investors looking to launch it, the Triads.
This kind of fun should be illegal.
On first glance, to CJ, the casino looks in great shape, but for Woozy in his office, the stress is getting to him.
Idiot! Do you realize how much those machines cost? We're supposed to be opening it... Carl, Glad you can make it. You want a stomach ulcer? Try opening a triad casino in a mafia-run town.
The mob trying to squeeze you?
Yeah.
For 40 years, organised crime has had its grip on Las Venturas, especially the Italian families. But with mega corporations grabbing their share, competition has been even more fierce, and the launch of the Four Dragons Casino is in jeopardy. The mafia are doing everything they can to sabotage it.
I've had slot machines busted up, workmen being scared off.
Liberty City's 3 mob families may have been at odds over the years, but have cooperated of late over the control of Caligula's casino.
Some whacked-out lawyers running it for them.
But which family is responsible for the recent sabotage attempts?
It could be any one of them, or all of them.
Woozy is sick of fighting fires from the mafia. He knows what CJ's capable of. He saw this back in San Fierro. The Triads need CJ now.
I want to offer you a share in our casino in exchange for some help setting it up. How's that sound, partner?
Sound like we got a deal then.
With the capture of a mob saboteur, CJ starts his new role.
Hey, who the fuck? Who are you? Untie me, huh?
CJ's interrogation tactic to find out the family responsible for the problems.
Who? Slow down, for God's sake!
Whoever's behind this, we need to let them know that they dealing with full-fledged psychos.
The family will make you pay for this!
Which family?
The Sindaco family, you idiot!
That's all I wanted to hear.
What? Oh, shit!
Their leader, Johnny Sindaco, would never be the same again after this.
So, the Sindaco family was behind the attempts to sabotage our venture.
And with each infraction towards the Triads, CJ is there to hit back. When they try to flood the Four Dragons with fake chips, CJ hits their factory, culling Sindaco men in the process.
Tell Woozy we'll be getting no more trouble with them counterfeit chips.
This stems the flow from the mob, but to really make the casino a success, they need to stop the mafia threat for good, somehow.
Hello?
CJ gets a call from the Truth.
I need a favor, Carl.
After so many business obligations, he's glad to do something for a friend.
I took some fellow travelers deep into the desert on a peyote safari a few nights back.
You're listening to Hans Oberlander, and we're playing house music here on SFUR.
In a bid to help people psychedelically find themselves, the Truth's friends have become lost.
This is for all the travelers out there, all the people journeying through life, hoping they understand why they take so much space cake.
Hello?
Carl finds them in Arco del Oeste. Cold and re-entering reality are the Gurning Chimps lead singer, Maka,
I'm fucking hanging!
and his music producer and manager, Kent Paul.
I've told you a million times not to put stuff in my fucking drink.
Oh, piss off, kidder.
So where I'm taking y'all?
I got a pal, Rosie. He's got some casino gig going down in Venturas. Sweet?
I was born to be free.
Kent Paul has known his friend Rosie for a while, from back in Vice City, helping out the Vassetti gang. His friend is the face and manager of the tri-family mob-run Caligula's Casino.
Kent Paul, here to see Rosie.
This is Rosie.
My despair is complete. Okay, let him in.
Full name? Ken Rosenberg. Ken Rosenberg thought he was washed up after entering a rehab facility with coke addiction. His friend and employer didn't want to hear from him when he got out.
I made that ingrate, and now he won't take my calls?
Tommy Vassetti had long lost patience with Ken. So when he was approached by Salvatore Leone, the leader of 1/3 of the triumvirate-owned Caligulas, he jumped at the chance. But the role is not all it's cracked up to be.
What's the matter, son?
Too numerous to mention.
Give us some space, would you, son? I'll give you a tinkle later.
CJ sees Ken Rosenberg as an in into the mob casino, as a way to form a deeper understanding of them, for Woozy and the Four Dragons. But these new acquaintances also need help, and CJ never turns down paid work. Kent Paul calls.
Listen, Rosie's in a tangle, and I think you're the geezer to sort it out for us, okay, sunshine?
Hello.
What's happening?
I'm really screwed.
after coming out of rehab?
I started representing the Liberty City mob again.
He had done so before for the Forellis before defecting to Tommy. The Mafia families did not trust each other to oversee the casino. Each has a huge stake invested. Salvatore himself put up $5 million, so
I was put forth as a neutral party.
Someone who was impartial to the politics and beefs of the different families. Or as Salvatore Leone put it,
"We're gonna need a real idiot. A guy we can all push around."
But as soon as Ken took the role, the Leones made their plans known. He was there to serve Salvatore Leone, not the Forellis, and certainly not the Sindacos.
You're my man, not his. Johnny fucking Sindaco even so much as blinks at you, I want to hear about it. You find a way to give me my money, and fast. Understood?
Yes, understood. So now I spend my days waiting for one family to cap me and blame the other one.
It's enough to make a man relapse.
Oh, baby, I'm back! I am back! I'm still screwed! Absolutely screwed, but at least now I'm in the right frame of mind!
Watch what you put up your trunk!
CJ is not about to let this energy and momentum go to waste.
Look, man, relax. Get a grip.
Yeah, you're right. I need to get a grip!
Take control.
Yes! Grab the bull by the horn!
And show everybody who's boss.
I'm the boss! I am the boss!
All right, then.
All right!
The Sindaco Abattoir, led by Johnny Sindaco, only just beginning to recover from the trauma of his interrogation up and down the strip.
Ken, ¿cómo está? How you doing?
How you doing, Johnny?
It's fucking him. It's him.
The very sight of CJ was too much for his heart. CJ didn't know what to expect when whipping Ken up into a frenzy, but he knows he needs to weaken the mob here in Las Venturas. Knowing the infighting and scheming between the mob faction, he knows offing 1/3 of their business arrangement won't cause blowback for him. It can only benefit the remaining families. More for them, they might even thank him for it.
Police are investigating the murder of Liberty City crime family the Sindacos, whose bodies were found in a meat factory in Las Venturas. Could this be the start of a mafia war?
Ken is a broken man. He needs a way out.
I want to do something safe and legal and boring with people that like me.
Ending the Sindacos would be the first step, as long as the mafia don't find out Ken was involved.
You just gotta hang in there. Play it dumb. I'll figure out a way to get you out of this.
Wiping out the Sindacos has had repercussions.
The Leone family has made their move. Salvatore's here. Now, he's taken over Caligula's. We're screwed. It's war for control of Venturas, man. War.
Every war needs its soldiers.
And who's this asshole?
The name's Carl Johnson, sir.
And CJ has some common ground with Salvatore. A way to position himself within the Leones, to work them from the inside.
Before working with Mr. Rosenberg here, I had the pleasure of doing business with your son, Joey, back in Liberty City.
You know my Joey? I like that. So, kid, what can I do for you?
It's more what CJ can do for him. CJ is a problem solver for guys like Salvatore. It's a skill he's developing all the time, and the skills he's recently gained come in to good use.
You know, the Forellis are sending over a crew to hit me. Their flight gets in soon. Maybe you can take care of it.
Thank you, sir. I guarantee you, you won't regret this.
And when Salvatore finds out that CJ was responsible for what was already done,
You did a real number on those Forelli losers.
He knew he was in. And this was the time to get Ken out. With the Leones on the rise, Ken's usefulness and time was running out.
Now it's time the Forellis found out what it means to screw with Salvatore Leone. How would you like to hit the St. Mark's Bistro?
A hit in Liberty City? Cool, but I'm gonna need some backup.
Take who you want.
This is the moment to extract Ken. But they won't go with him to LC. They will disappear.
You guys better get out of Las Venturas fast. I'll be in touch.
It's strange to be back in Liberty. This isn't his home anymore. And the Forellis would no longer be a power in LV and would be forever weakened in Liberty.
The FBI is investigating possible links between the massacre of Forelli family members and the slaying of the Sindaco family. Unconfirmed reports suggest a similar style of execution was used in both hits.
CJ gives Salvatore the good news.
You won't be hearing from Mr. Rosenberg again.
Good boy, good boy. Now listen, you're gonna have to keep a low profile or people will start to make connections. So let's keep our distance for a while, huh? I'll call you.
Thank you, Mr. Leone.
Ken is safe from the Mafia. 2/3 of the problem facing Woozy and the Four Dragons have been eradicated. If CJ and the Triads can weaken the Mafia's hold here completely, then the launch of the Four Dragons Casino could be a success. Back when CJ first arrived in LV, he had a crazy notion, one that had never been done before. It would take weeks of planning, hours of preparation, a plan with many moving parts using many people.
What we need is to hit the Mafia casino.
Hey, hitting a casino isn't like gangbanging. It's a whole different league.
But I'm down. She always wanted to pull a heist.
CJ used his time with the Leones and Caligulas to recon the target, how to get into the safe and away before the cops or the Mafia could stop them. CJ and the Triads stripped the Mafia of their war chest and paved the way for the opening of the Four Dragons. CJ and the Triads committed the biggest heist in San Andrean history. They robbed Caligula's casino.
A Las Venturas institution, Caligula's forced to admit that it was recently robbed. It's the first major heist carried out on a Venturas casino in 30 years.
For the full intricate story, click the link down in the description. Coming to YouTube very soon. Before the ribbon was cut on the Four Dragons, CJ would sign on the dotted line in his partnership with the Triads.
Oh, I drank to that.
CJ's time in Las Venturas was not free of Crash, but by this time, Crash were no longer free themselves.
Los Santos police officers Frank Tenpenny and Eddie Pulaski are being sought by government officials in order to stand trial for the murder of Officer Ralph Pendlebury. The pair, whom prosecutors claim have masterminded a huge criminal organization, have disappeared.
The pair are hiding out in the suburbs of Las Venturas.
Hello, Carl. Been a long time, huh? We all the same, Carl. You, me. We all trying to pull ourselves out of the hole.
Where's Hernandez with that fucking meat? He's been gone too long, Tenpenny.
Getting a little edgy, fellas?
Oh! How you like that, you piece of shit? That give you any idea how edgy I am?
It's unclear why CJ still dances to Tenpenny's tune. They are on the hook for Pendlebury now, not him. Perhaps he thinks Sweet could still be in danger from their influence. He will do as they ask.
Now there's a ruined town out west of here. Aldea Malvada. And there's some piece of shit DEA officer meeting with an FBI agent with a dossier. Now you get the dossier and you make both of them disappear.
I got the files. What you want me to do with them?
We need to meet up someplace quiet and take care of things.
Carl, hope we didn't keep you waiting, Holmes. Hand it over.
Hey, everything cool now?
I don't know, Carl. Eddie?
Our boy's done good.
No! You snitch piece of shit!
Jimmy Hernandez tried playing Crash's game, but it proved too much for him. In exchange for immunity from their actions, he was informing internal affairs. You can't keep secrets from Frank.
Time to dig, Carl. You take care of things.
Huh? Where are you going?
To get drunk and get laid. You got a problem with that?
No, Frank, relax.
And I'll see you in the next life, Carl.
Carl can see the writing on the wall. He just needs to wait for his moment.
Tenpenny's just using you. You're the next one he's gonna silence, man.
Shut the fuck up, scum! And it's Officer Pulaski to you. Fucking die!
Pulaski runs. CJ pursues. A chance to end Crash's hold over him. To weaken Crash for good. Without his lapdogs Hernandez and Pulaski, Tenpenny won't be half the man. Besides, he hated these guys more than anyone that has wronged him or his family.
Fuck you, Pulaski! Fuck you! Any last requests?
Yeah. Can I fuck your sister?
You an asshole to the end. Punk motherfucker!
Pulaski dead. Tenpenny in the wind. Is this the last he'll hear from Crash? CJ didn't mean to make a success of himself. He touched down from Liberty with a handful of dollars. Even less after Crash had got their hooks in him. But now he was a successful garage owner, a skilled pilot, obscene amounts of money in the bank, and part owner of a casino. When time allowed, he could spend some of that cash on threads. Dropping $1,000 in Didier sacks was nothing these days. And to store his wardrobe, CJ would have the funds to purchase property in each new location he found himself. But these residential and business assets weren't just his. This was a family business. None of this would have happened without Kendall's business brain to keep it all together. Sweet wasn't surprised.
You looking after Kendall?
Nah, she looking after me.
Right.
And Caesar, his love for Kendall made him and CJ brothers. They were safe and successful. They had everything. Kendall and CJ wished dearly to share it all with Sweet.
I'ma get you out of there though, man.
I'm here for life. I guess I've grown used to it now. Have a nice life, brother.
Hold on, man. I'm getting shit worked out for you. Just hang in there. Sweet. Shit.
CJ needs to get back to Los Santos, but him, his family, and his new friends need a base. While back in Los Santos, before the betrayal, CJ helped out an aspiring musician, a neighbour in Grove Street, Jeffrey, who went by the name OG Loke.
It's OG Loke, homie! OG Loke!
In doing so, he entered the palatial home of the rap superstar Mad Dogg and stole his rhyme book. This and other tasks CJ enacted led to the downfall of Mad Dogg. While in Las Venturas, CJ saw a man broken, made sure he received treatment from his mental health and drug issues, and learning that his mansion was handed over to a local drug pusher to fuel his habit, took steps to take it back.
Come with me, all of you. We all going home.
For Mad Dogg to reignite his career, but also for a base near Sweet, near the home that was no longer theirs, near the people that took it from them. It's from here that CJ will make his stand. For the full story on the fall and rise of Mad Dogg, see the link down in the description. The Mad Dogg Mansion has everything you could need. Comfort, rooms for recreation, relaxation, exertion, and all were welcome, even Ken, Paul and Macca, whose skills would aid Mad Dogg's rise back to rap success. And his music was a diversion for CJ, whose work springing Sweet from jail had stalled. There had been no word from Mike Torino for a long while. Until...
Hey, what happened? Hey, where the sounds at?
Finally, I thought I'd never get through to you.
Torino, is that you?
I'm outside. Let's take a ride.
And the words he's been waiting for.
Would you like to see your brother this week?
Yeah, what can I do?
You just gotta steal a military jet off an amphibious assault ship and use it to destroy a flotilla of spy ships. Nothing big.
Oh man, you shitting. I ain't coming back from this one, am I?
Trust me, do as I say, you'll be home for a blowjob and a bologna sandwich.
Each of Mike's missions have scaled in danger and complexity, and this one is top of the pile. CJ would prefer to do this quiet, but fails the stealth test. He works his way to the jump jet. That is his ride out of here. This brand of plane was not in his training plan. CJ takes out the pursuing bogies into Sierra Rabada and releases his payload, destroying the flotilla target on Mike Torino's orders. All the people CJ has killed for Mike have been domestic targets that looked like him, an agency like him, The reasons and nature of Mike's work does not interest CJ. He just wants his brother back. The jump jet is no longer needed and finds a home at CJ's airstrip in Verdant Bluffs. CJ has many aircraft here now for him to use. Jets, biplanes, choppers, which he uses to head back to Mulholland to their base at the Mad Dog Mansion.
I don't care how, I care when. As in now, you hear me? Hey man, what the
I got just one tiny little thing for you to do, and then I'm out of your life forever.
I'm tired of your fucking little job.
Come on, you're embarrassing yourself. Come on, put it down. Don't be ridiculous, okay? Hey, I got a little surprise for you here. You ready for this? Huh? Answer it.
Hello?
Carl, Sweet.
Oh, Sweet.
I don't know what happened. They just released me. No idea what's going on. But I'm in the square outside the precinct in Commerce.
All right, you hold tight. I'll be right there.
All right.
So what was that little job you was talking about, Torino?
I just want you to go pick up your brother. Get out of here.
This is a situation CJ doesn't come across too often. A government official delivering on their promise. Despite CJ's frustration, Torino knew he could probably get a few more jobs out of CJ, but is releasing him. He'll see his brother. CJ was beginning to think he might never get him out. Sweet had given up hope. CJ's life had changed beyond sight since he last saw him. He has successful businesses, boundless property, more money than he can spend. They don't need the Grove anymore. They don't need the streets or the families. He can't wait to share it with him.
What's up, bruh?
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing, bruh?
I'm all right, man. We off to our new spot. We got a mansion, Sweet. We got a stake in the casino. We got some insane shit in Fierro. We get into the rap game. Hey, man, let me get you some new clothes. Come on.
New clothes? Nigga, what the fuck is this bullshit?
What's mine is yours, and you know that.
You never did get it, did you, Carl? I need to go check on things in the hood.
Hey, man, shit's fucked up there. You don't want to be in the hood.
No, that's exactly where I want to be.
That's everybody's dream, to get out the hood.
Man, you sound just like Smoke right now.
All right, man. I'm gonna show you what's going on in the hood.
But the Grove has new tenants. Crackheads and pushers line the houses they once called home.
Let's go home.
This is home, man. Get these fuckers out of Mom's house. You was born in there.
In the same way CJ helped Sweet take back territory for the Grove, he uses the same methods here in Grove Street, taking down the pushers and ballers that line their cul-de-sac. Sweet would take a breath to settle back into the home he missed so much. CJ, although he won't turn his back on the ventures he's helped create, he took what Sweet said to heart. He wants to honour where he comes from, to represent who he is. He digs out his colours from his wardrobe and later checks in on his brother. But the state of the neighbourhood is getting to Sweet. Big Smoke's drug empire has all but destroyed it, and who he once was is disappearing.
Come on now, I can't do that.
Come on, Sweet, come on. It takes the pain away.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, what the hell are you doing?
Man, this shit already destroyed the whole hood. I might as well let it destroy me too.
This is a wake-up call for CJ. His brother needs him. The Grove need him. If the Grove ain't right, nothing is. They need to act.
Hit those ballers hard.
They start in Glen Park, retaking the ground from ballers. They're in Glen Park to call on a Grove Street defector who is pushing drugs onto the streets from the ballers, from Smoke. Beat up.
I'm sorry, dog. Huh? Smoke's fucking crazy. He paranoid. Just sit in the house thinking other fools want his business.
Where's Smoke?
I don't know. Only his lieutenants know where he at. Hey, Bear, get the fuck out here. Kill these motherfuckers, and I'll give you a whole quarter sack. You ain't hear what the fuck I said?
I'm tired
Bear,
of
what the
smoking,
man?
and I'm tired of doing your fucking housework.
Oh, shit.
I'm free!
Big Bear represents the first homie that together they'll peel from the drugs, claw back from Big Smoke's clutches and elevate to who they once were, Proud and Green and Grove Street. The Johnson brothers back together again, and they have a mission to take what's theirs.
We gotta let everybody know Grove is back on the map. Time to put in some work, CJ.
The brothers work together through the night and take back Idlewood from the Ballers. This once proud Grove Street family turf, and it is now once more.
We did it, CJ. Let's tail back to Grove Street.
In doing so, they bring back members to the hood, building an army for what would come next. With the slow return of Grove, CJ sees the slow return of identity and pride come back to Sweet. With this, he's able to venture from the hood and acknowledge what his little brother and sister have achieved since he went away. They gather with their friends in the mansion surrounding one of its many TVs for the biggest event in the city since the earthquake, the sentencing of Frank Tenpenny.
I say 20 years.
Try 5 years. Cops always get off easy. Hey, be quiet, be quiet.
Oh, wait. They're exiting the courtroom now.
The district attorney's office has seen fit to drop all charges against this innocent man.
That's bullshit.
Los Santos will burn tonight.
Look, the whole city is going up. People are fucking pissed off about this.
Look, I said we gonna secure the hood. We ain't getting shit together so some idiot can burn it down.
Tenpenny released. The city in rage, taking to the streets. Destruction. Looting.
Shit, look at this place. Even old ladies robbing shit.
How does scum like Tenpenny stay on the streets? We should take that bastard down ourselves.
And we will, Sweet.
I'm gonna gather up some homies and get the hood locked down.
With Tenpenny in hiding and Big Smoke in his crack palace in an unknown location, Sweet has an idea how to find them.
The city's big, but it ain't that big. Some fools know where Smoke's hiding. But as long as the Grove Street families don't rule the streets, his money's gonna mean more than our rent. We gotta hit those bombs and volumes with everything. Hit every neighborhood they got.
In order to get information, they need power. Turning yellow and purple to green. Taking ground from Ballers. Helping his adopted brother Caesar turf out the Vagos.
I'm with you, man. Let's take this far.
Becoming the power Sweet always knew they could. CJ and his allies using every round and every vest ammunition can supply to win back what's theirs. Until...
Carl is Sweet. He's hiding in Los Flores or East Los Santos. Time to saddle up, CJ. Nervous?
Yeah.
Me too. Me too.
Look, I know you down for this, but I gotta go in there alone.
What?
CJ owes it all to his brother, and the shame of leaving the family is one he will forever be compelled to pay for. His brother, rightly, has not forgotten.
When Kendall needed shoes, I went out and got the money. When Mom's needed an operation, I robbed people for the bread. Why you off in Liberty City thinking about your own shit?
But he wasn't thinking then. He was running. Running away, jacking cars, robbing on the streets for a buck. It took his mother's death to bring him to face his shame. In facing his shame, it was his family that taught him the man he could be. To grow things from his sister. To protect and honour what's theirs from his brother. Carl Johnson was a buster. Not anymore. CJ faces down his problems and protects his family.
Hey, I let Brian die, man. This one for him, for Moms, and for you, bro.
For Grove Street, baby.
Yeah, for the Grove, baby.
Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of earth.
Big Smoke has been the most successful drug operator this city has ever known. His ambition, the team he assembled, the backing and intel he received from Crash has seen his rise match only the ego he kept shrouded while in the Grove Street gang. CJ works through the storerooms of product and guns, some of which he helped procure with Ryder all those weeks ago. Floors lined with production and producers of the product he flooded into Los Santos. And floors of luxury and reverence to the icon that Big Smoke has become.
Big Smoke, baby! Remember the name!
Hey, Smoke!
Hey, CJ, I was wondering when you would show up.
I'm here to take care of your fat ass. Then I'm gonna take care of your friends in the police department. Where they at?
Man, fuck this shit.
Smoke, you had...
I made it, CJ! I'm a success! I can't be touched!
I guess we better do this shit then.
Somebody save the Smoke!
Despite his men, despite his body armor, despite the lights to illuminate his target, CJ takes down Big Smoke and his drug empire forever.
We was like family, homie.
I got caught up in the money, the power. Oh, when I'm gone, everyone gonna remember my name. Big Smoke.
Carl Johnson, my man. You killed Pulaski, now this fat fuck? There's no stopping you. Load the bag. Alright, fuck it, that's enough. Chuck it over. I got a fire truck to catch.
You crazy, man. Lost. You gone.
Oh, I almost forgot, Carl. Time to die.
Sweet!
What? Mother...
Tenpenny cannot be allowed to survive this. If he does, he'll get his roll back, groom some more men to enact his corruption and keep these streets down, making money for him.
I ain't letting you get away with all you done.
Sweet, no!
Through the East Side hoods, CJ helped claim back from the Aztecas, into Glen Park where they took back Big Bear.
CJ, do something.
Just keep hanging on, bro!
Through Jefferson where CJ first touched down, penniless. Down into Idlewood, which Grove stripped from the now lowly ballers.
Gotcha!
And into Ganton, onto the bridge.
We got the motherfucker!
And down into their hood.
Hey! Over here! Officer down, come on! Hey!
There's no one to hear him in Grove Street.
I took the trash out. I did. And I do it all again.
Don't do it, man. He's gone. Don't need to put a bullet in him. He killed himself in a traffic accident. No one to blame.
Let's go get something to eat.
Sounds good to me.
See you around, officer.
And our top story concerns the death of recently cleared police officer Frank Tenpenny. His body was found in the aftermath of the recent riots set off by his acquittal.
With the threat of crash and the threat of Big Smoke gone, a peace comes over the Grove. Time for the family to think about the future.
Hey, now that everything is cool, we gotta stay on top of our game.
We got problems in Venturas, problems in San Fierro. Shit's never ending.
For sure. I mean, the family's back on their feet, but we gotta keep shit tight.
When CJ was a young blood in the goings-on of Grove, the hood was all there was. He strove to protect the streets to keep them green, but the world is wider now. Opportunities and problems are endless. He has earned the skills and has the people to keep it growing and keep it theirs. There is no more running from what hurts, ignoring those that love you, turning from obstacles.
Carl, where are you off to now?
There's a whole world out there.
Finna hit the block, see what's happening.
And the world is ready for Carl Johnson, but it will always be Grove Street for life. Carl's adventures will be and have been already numerous. You can watch many more of these stories down in the links below, like the story of Area 69, Mad Dogg, the Hellcat Catalina, and many more. And if you're hungry for the story of GTA 4, you can watch that right now as a member or patron. Hit the link or just hit join Support this extensive work right up to and beyond the release of GTA 6. Supporters get to watch all this work weeks in advance. If not, stay subscribed and notified for their release on YouTube in the coming months. And down below, click my GTA mega playlist to binge every video I have made in this universe so far. If you enjoyed, hit like, and I also want to hear from you in the comments. Which is your favourite game in the trilogy? What was your favourite story I've told? And if you haven't commented before, I'd love to hear from you. How you found me, what you enjoy, and what you'd like to see from me in the future. Thank you to everyone on the screen now who make these videos possible. I'm the Patient Wolf, and this has been the story of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Yo, I hope you enjoyed that, you suckers.